An invasive foreign little germ. After all this time? Ah, but I see. You. Well, little germ, let's make a game of you. We've blundered along the shadows above, and only managed to squirm all the way down here by the barest skin of your teeth.
Not lying.
There are no shadows here that will be of use to you. Not even the ground beneath your feet is yours. There are no places you can hide. Not from me.
Less than enjoyable one-sided conversation. Bitch, you just told me to break in! The fuck you mean, leave already? Well, that's mildly disturbing. The goat himself. What other ones are eating? That one said fight with joy. Bitch. Bitch. Why? No, chat, I've been streaming for 4.5 years, and I don't understand why I keep doing these fucking video games to myself. Weekly checkup. Okay. Subject 1172. Emotional dysregulation, overactive, automatic nerve system, acute stress response. Episodes consisting of shaking, heavy breathing, and decreased concentration. Observation when given writing implements. 1172 has communicated to the best of her ability high levels of stress, feeling of impending doom, and a strong desire to return to her previous living quarters. These reported feelings and accompanying symptoms begin following 1172's transfer to the shelf and originally rendered her unable to complete assigned tasks. Recently, however, 1172 has shown gradual but steady improvements. Research staff has noted a drop in number of emotional episodes as well as shortened duration. When they do occur, one factor for this improvement is believed to be scheduled periods of supervised socialization with other subjects within the block. This measure was personally requested by Stella Graber and has a positive impact not only on 1172, but several other subjects. Great. I feel like I'm in the SCP fucking Foundation now. This is great. I'm in the SCP Foundation. This is great. Subject continues to rub the fur on her arms, most likely unconsciously in response to stress. This was the cat, wasn't it? At this rate, it's believed 1172 will not need corrective intervention, medical or otherwise. After all, while still reporting negative feelings, subject is back to the state of functioning such that she can return to her tasks for the time being. The research team recommends physical work in a quiet setting. Transfer out to be filed by department head. Transfer destination storage B. Oh god, I can kill them now? These are literally stuffed animals with the souls of children in them. Okay, the majority of these monstrosities are still in their cells. Fun's out, guns out. Rejoice in him. Yeah, no. Oh, God. Man, y'all are just... I mean, you've been dead for a hot minute.
The subject scrambles for an advantage. They appear lost and disoriented. Heavy breathing is indicative of fear, and rightly so. Let's test the response to said fear when pushed into action. Let's test the response to said fear when pushed into action.
Now what am I supposed to do? What the fuck? Oh, I already saw that.
The name's Yarnaby. Would
Sup?
you wanna be my friend?
Passcode. Uh, 3255. What's funny is I saw his ass earlier. I would take an SCP Foundation nuke at this point. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, chat. Like, fuck this place. Fuck me. Fuck my kid I'm trying to go see, because that kid's dead. That kid is DED. You know, I'm going to curse myself here and say I'm mildly impressed that nobody's tried to take my hands from me.
Hear me? Too much interference. Make your way to... There's something. Doctor is...
Why is there this type of wood panel? Well, at least I know I'm not alone. Shit. Okay. Cold journal. Reassignment. Old Cole isn't a research extraction specialist anymore. He's a shelf keeper, basically a prison guard. I don't know how I should feel about that. The letter they sent me seemed nice enough, commending me for fixing their mistakes. I should be grateful, I suppose, but I know I'll wake up tomorrow and the reality will hit me. As every morning since the incident, my friends are gone. Dozens went in to clean up their mess, but only a handful came back. The guilt ate me up, probably always will. Wait, this wasn't because of the purge, right? Those of us left got a pat on the back for doing what was expected and were promptly dropped into whatever new role Playtime could find for us. Me, they put down here with them the things that killed my friends, that would kill me too if they had their way. So this was after the purge. So some of them actually survived the purge that were down here in the prison. I've sat alone in my apartment for countless nights now, thinking it all through. The faces of my friends and my coworkers, their families, they all come to me. And in the morning, I'm there with the monsters who killed them. Maybe I'm exactly where I need to be. I can make sure they stay down here in the deepest, darkest hole imaginable, right where they belong.
Yes, I can hear it. They've staged quite the rebellion. Remarkable. 1006.
How could this happen? There's fail-safes, security measures. It's impossible.
Personal agendas have long been the downfall of this company. Is it unreasonable to believe they were conspirators? Playtime is filled with vipers and backstabbers.
But without executive access, how could anyone even get through? Lathe, Stella, Eddie, only the four of us have that kind of clearance.
Does any of that matter now? It's your life we have to protect. You have executive access.
For all the good it does me, opening a door at a time won't get me to the exit. Not with those things everywhere. You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see the trail of limbs down the hall. Didn't hear the things eating. The wet crunches of bones. God,
There is something you can do, Warden.
I don't like it.
I can help you.
How? You're stuck in there. You can't...
My body's here, sure, but my mind...
What?
The Omni Hand. If you give it to me, I can get you anywhere. I'll have control over everything. I can shut some doors, open others. I can make you a pathway that leads right to the exit.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
If you want to wait to get torn to pieces, that's your prerogative. But look at your immediate options, Warden. What choice other than this gets you out of here alive?
I'm giving you the tool. Just get me out of here. Please.
Of course. You've made a smart decision, Warden. I promise I'll get you out of here safe and sound.
Not a tone of voice I trust. Not a tone of voice I like immediately decide to trust off rip. Hold on, let me have a look around before I fucking do some stupid shit. Oh. Well, that's not great. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Red key card. Wants access to different shelf blocks. Ugh. Well, that's less than ideal.
Don't fight. Fighting only makes it work quicker.
Oh, shit. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead here. Excuse the fuck out of you? I think I figured it out right there at the end. It's gonna be like a valve or something. Okay, I know what to do. I gotta find the valve and then turn it. Pain in the ass. What is going on here? Three, 6, 4, 2. Okay, now that we have a little bit of peace and quiet, I can read these. Weekly checkup 1424. Disorganized behavior, thought disorder, confusion, memory loss, cataplexy. Subject has only fleeting moments of true awareness, though physically capable of speech. 1424 speech is incoherent, mumbled, and rare. Furthermore, rarely. Well, those fumes got me fucked up. Will rarely respond to any questions or commands directly, seemingly disconnected cognitively from their surroundings. Subject's catatonic state is accompanied by cataplexy, a condition for which causes loss of muscle coordination and a rigidity of the body. For example, when in this state, if staff raise one of the subject's limbs, subject will not lower it or even seem aware of the stimuli. Subject will eat if food is placed directly in the mouth and will occasionally respond if called to by their birth name, though this is rare. The exact cause of 1424 symptoms remain unknown, but were present immediately following the original procedure. No change. Will be filed by department head, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then prisoner profile 1166. Characteristics of the early ilks 1166 demonstrates an acute lack of higher cognitive function, complex reasoning, speech, problem solving, and greater introspection all appear either severely limited or altogether non-functional. Physically, it is what it needs to be: strong, agile, swift, and yet I had hoped for a greater mind behind it. However, 1166 displays an odd sense of loyalty to a select few security staff who nauseatingly feel some kind of sympathy for it. Indicative of domesticated dogs and cats, this means its will can be bent, it feels, it fears. I believe this is our first sign of progression, that our processes, while admittedly still rudimentary, are showing us where more work need be done and that improvements are possible. Still, 1166 Yarnaby is an odd, funny little creature. Oh, Yarnaby was the fucking poster dog in the first office I went into. The way it sits in the corner and watches me playing its funny little music. I'm glad this request was taken seriously. I got a good laugh out of it. It amuses me. Conclusion, I'm going to isolate it. It'll have contact with no one but me, considering my importance to the project. It's doubly important I'm properly protected at all times, and besides, I might need a good laugh or two at the pathetic little sounds it makes. By the time I'm done with it, I'll be its entire world. It'll know nothing else. Signature, Dr. Harley Sawyer. Yes, you're going to isolate the creature that is basically SCP-999. get it to love you, and then turn it into a murderous attack dog. Okay. So when I see that thing, it is actually going to be an enemy. Oh, goody, my favorite. More reading. Prisoner Profile 1163. All right, let's read what's wrong with this fucking monstrosity. Behavior, much like its predecessor, 1163 displays none of the typical human qualities. Whatever's left of the bright, joyful bundle of laughter, per the counselor's report, appears limited or altogether depleted. A shame, I suppose. Ago, tired of creating mindless individuals, 1160 had its uses, but 1163 lacks the cunning or the size for a similar role, and that's not what the initiative is about anyway. I don't even know what the initiative is like truly about, if I'm going to be honest. 1163's temperament is like that of a rabid animal. It snaps at perceived motion, eats whatever it finds in its mouth regardless of appetite, combats the conditioning staff, and it cannot even play its insipid piano rhythms in tune. Perhaps one of the others from its line would have presented better music. Had any of these actions been a result of conscious thought, perhaps I would be intrigued. I am not intrigued. Conclusion: use 1163 for testing. If it survives, keep it there. However, I don't expect it to. This initiative will produce no more experiments such as this. Miserable improvements have to be made. Otherwise, I will have to reevaluate the effectiveness of those in my purview. Signed, Dr. Mangala.
You know, I never thought I'd see another like you. A human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different.
Respawn.
I can tell that much. Though, I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something a little different. Oh, Yarnaby. Please, do keep making this enjoyable for me. I'll be taking notes.
Did you hear that, Chet? He's going to be taking notes. So the Play-Doh man's on my side? Shit, this isn't going to be about fucking speed. This is going to be about stealth. I've never been good at that in this game. Chronicle Journal Entry 2. Last week, Stanley was attacked on duty. He's one of the nice ones down here. Even feels bad for those things. Tries his best to sneak candy and toys to them between shifts. He thinks most of us don't notice, but we do. The soft-hearted idiot thought he could sneak food to Boxy after hours. Just walked right into the cell. He had not been for a few others guards stationed nearby with tranquilizers, he wouldn't have made it out. I visited him in the infirmary the morning after it happened to see if he was all right. I always knew the guy was a bit of an airhead, but to walk into a cell like that, and with one of the big ones no less, that's just downright stupid. I asked him why risk it? What's it to him? Why does it matter? He was quiet for a little, like he was afraid to tell me. They're not just beasts, Cole, he finally says. They were more than that once. I asked him how he could believe that. Been watching, he said, paying attention to things, reports, eyeing some of the stuff the scientists pass between one another. After a while, I got him to keep that crazy talk to himself and made him promise not to snoop like that again. Told him to get some sleep. But ever since our talk, I haven't been able to get anything he said off my mind. It can't be true. I've seen what those things can do. I mean, they're 12 feet tall, for goodness sake. How can they be anything other than monsters? As silly and stupid, and whatever Stanley's trying to say, he's wrong. He's not, though. Hi. You. Creature. Well, that doesn't seem to bother him. That's the fuck off. Woo! Bitch! Hi! How you doing? You good, buddy? High five. No high five. Okay. Good talk. The fuck do these things travel like that? It's like, it's such a cute name too, Yarnaby. And then his head fucking goes like... Well, we're in it now. Like that. I don't even know what triggered him. Shit.
Doctor has no regard for the safety of this facility or its staff.
Or the children in play care. I've tried to set boundaries with him. He doesn't listen to me.
He doesn't listen to any of us. Not really. Not anymore. And he's behind schedule. Playtime may have turned a corner financially, but that doesn't change the fact that his bigger bodies initiative is still a money hole.
The guy's gotta go, Lath.
And how do you suggest we do that?
This wouldn't be the first time we made someone disappear.
We can't kill him, Eddie.
Why not?
Because like it or not, we need him.
Eddie's right, though. Sawyer can't keep leading this project.
So we just ask him to step down? Take a demotion?
No, but
I'm not disagreeing. Huggy loose in the woods, that business with Catnap, the whole Stoll thing.
And half a dozen other incidents.
Right. And all of that pales in comparison to the theater incident.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So, we can't kill the son of a bitch, but we need to knock him out of the equation. What do we do?
There is one thing I can think of.
Oh, that's not ominous or anything. Oh! They stuck it... You know, I'm gonna go back and take this opportunity to map out. Okay, never mind. Alright. Reading time with Uncle Hippo. I couldn't get the thought out of my head what Stanley was implying. I always believed they were homegrown, maybe animals or something, but not people. I mean, what about a giant toy with an appetite for men and women screams? Yeah, I'm a person. Stooping around documents for the eggheads is a punishable offense. And if the rumors around punishment here are true, then that means being careful is a must. But too many people have lost their lives to these things for the rest of us to be blind and accepting that we can keep them under control and that we could just trust Playtime at their word. I've looked into things a little bit. I know the guys that guard the archives room, they keep a type ship, but in the right setting, with the right type of mood, their lips are real loose, getting them drunk. They let slip the process and code for getting in. Well, security feeds were down one night. I went in, didn't get very far, but I grabbed a few prisoner profile documents. The observations were from one Dr. Harley Sawyer. Not a name I recognize, but the observations mentioned people. I'll be investigating further, but I'm starting to worry that Stanley might have been onto something. Yeah! Hi! I was waiting for a chase scene to happen. Okay, so the Play-Doh man's on my side. Or so it seems for the moment. Okay, as long as you stay your happy ass over there, I don't give a fuck.
used to be in a band, then the asteroid hit. Wanna hear a little song that I've made just for you? It goes a little something like this. Hello, I'm Pianosaurus.
Great. Look how shockingly easy some of these can actually be.
So, Ms. Graver, have you considered what we talked about?
Yes, Mr. Pierre. I won't lie. I was at a loss for words at first. The information hit me pretty hard. I felt so badly. I still do. For the ones that go through the, testing.
You really care about them?
Yes. It hurts to see them hurt. I don't think there's any way around that feeling. But I did some soul searching and got to thinking about the bigger picture, about what your researchers wrote.
And?
Well, the work itself, what you've all been able to do, I mean, it's nothing short of a miracle. I know you have more goals to hit, but even as is, just, wow. Do they know when it'll be fully ready?
We're still working out the timeline.
I see.
You know, the project lead, Dr. Sawyer, wasn't sure about giving you that information in the first place. He thinks your affection towards those kids could be a liability. What do you think about that?
Of course, these procedures are far from ideal. I cried like a baby when I read them. But I started looking past the here and now. Started looking down the road a bit. And that's when it clicked. What your researchers can do down here will someday help a lot of people out there. Including so many kids. That's a bigger and better change than I could ever have hoped to make. That's a change I want to help make.
I knew you'd understand.